Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 4, Chapter 2, Text 28. So I'll say the first line and then you'll kindly repeat. Bhava Vrita Dhara Yecha.
Bhavavrata Dhara Yecha.
Yecha Tan Samanuvrataha.
Yecha Tan Samanvrata.
Pasandinaste Bhavantu.
Asandinaste Bhavantu.
Satchastra Paripantinaha.
Tatchastra Paripantinaha.
Thank you. So, Deepika, we were just speaking. So there were a few suggestions, and the suggestion was that the Sanskrit, yes, we do as we just did, but the English, I read it and then I explain it as we've been doing it. I hope that's all right with you.
Oh, great, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your suggestion. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One who takes a vow to satisfy Lord Shiva or who follows such principles will certainly become an atheist and be diverted from transcendental scriptural injunctions. So this is Bhrigu Muni, right? We heard yesterday he started counter-attacking, right? Bhrigu, yes. Bhrigu Muni, because Nandishwar was cursing the followers of Daksh, the Brahmanas who were taking this side of Daksh. So now Bhrigu Muni is counter-attacking the followers of Lord Shiva. It is sometimes seen that the devotees of Lord Shiva imitate the characteristics of Lord Shiva. You know, majority of the followers of Lord Shiva don't actually follow his instructions, don't follow in his footsteps, but imitate him. For example, Lord Shiva drank an ocean of poison, so some of the followers of Lord Shiva imitate him and try to take intoxicants like ganja, marijuana. So we can never imitate the great souls. You know, Lord Shiva has the capacity to save the entire universe. When the churning of the ocean happened, there was this Kalakuta poison which came out. And he was able to drink all the poison and store it in his throat. That's why his throat is called Nilkant. He's called Nilkant because his throat became blue with the poison. And then if we try to imitate him, what's going to happen to us? We are going to die. And we try to imitate him that, oh, Lord Shiva drank poison, so I'm going to drink marijuana or ganja. But what about what Lord Shiva is saying, that chant the names of Lord Rama? What about Lord Shiva is saying that serve Lord Vishnu and his devotees, that the highest worship is of Lord Vishnu and even higher than that is of his devotees. So we don't want to follow that, but we just want to follow that Lord Shiva drank the poison. We are imitating, and that's not the correct way because it's not going to lead us. It's not going to do us any good if we do that. Here, the curse is that if someone follows such principles, he must become an infidel and turn against the principles of Vedic regulation. It is said that such devotees of Lord Shiva will be Shastra Parimpatinaha, which means opposed to the conclusion of Shastra or scriptures. So many followers of Lord Shiva are impersonal. They say, yes, Lord Shiva, but they don't even believe in a personal form of God. So this is because of the curse of Bhrigu Muni. They're like impersonal, that God has no form, everything, like something like that, something vague, some energy. We see that it is very, very prominent, very common with majority of the people. And we can see that how Bhrigu Muni's curse is actually, we can see it, that it has taken effect. This is confirmed in the Padma Puran also. Lord Shiva was ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to preach the impersonal or Mayavad philosophy for a particular purpose, just as Lord Buddha preached the philosophy of voidness for particular purposes mentioned in the Shastras. So we have to understand that Krishna comes himself or as his incarnation, or he sends his messengers, his confidential servants, to preach people according to time, place, and circumstance. And the idea is always to bring us back home, back to Godhead. According to time, place, circumstance, Krishna does it. So Krishna came as Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha is an incarnation of Krishna. And Lord Buddha, if we actually see the teachings, he's speaking from the Bhagavad Gita. But he does not use the word Bhagavad Gita. He does not. Why? Because at that time, the Brahmanas were misusing the Vedas and engaging in a lot of animal slaughter, a lot of animal sacrifices in the name of the Vedas. So to completely stop that, Lord Buddha said, don't follow the Vedas, you just follow me. So that, because it was an emergency situation. Then the animal slaughter stopped. People came to the mode of goodness because Lord Buddha preached for us to come in the mode of goodness, non-violence. Ahimsa was a big thing for him. Be sweet, be nice. He was bringing the people back to the mode of goodness. And then Lord Shiva came. Lord Shiva is instructed by Krishna to come as Shankaracharya to preach the philosophy of monism, impersonalism. So Lord Buddha taught voidism, that there is nothing, don't follow the Vedas, just follow me. Now Krishna, he wants to bring the people's faith back in the Vedas. So he sends Lord Shiva as Shankaracharya. And Shankaracharya misinterprets with the word jugglery. He misinterprets the Vedanta Sutra, but he brings back people's faith to the Vedas, that the Vedas exist, the demigods exist. He brings people's faith back. Now, why is this happening? It's because Lord Chaitanya has to come. And Lord Chaitanya is going to teach about Achintya Bheda Abheda, simultaneous, one and different. We are simultaneously one with God, yet different than him. We are simultaneously one with Krishna, yet different than him. How? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are energy of Krishna, but we are individual souls. We have spiritual forms. So from animal slaughter, if Lord Chaitanya was supposed to teach this, the mentality of the people was so degraded, they wouldn't be able to understand it. So just as, we have to go to kindergarten to learn ABC, then we have to go to first grade, second grade, third grade, then we pass our school, our undergrad, our graduate, then we do PhD. Like that, Krishna is gradually elevating our consciousness. That is the reason. So, and this is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We have read it also. Is that okay? Because people might say, oh, why did Lord Shiva teach impersonalism then? And if Lord Shiva himself is teaching impersonalism, I should also follow impersonalism. But we can see that Lord Shiva, he himself, what does he say to Parvati? When Parvati asks him, what is the best worship? He says, worship of Lord Vishnu. Worship of Lord Vishnu is best, and better than worship of Lord Vishnu is to worship the things related to Lord Vishnu, in connection with Lord Vishnu, and those are the devotees of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Chaitanya came in the form of a devotee. So if we can worship him by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, taking his shelter, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, then we are doing the greatest good for ourselves and the greatest good for everyone else. So I hope, because this is like the whole thing, so I hope it's okay. And if it is, then I'll continue to read.
So the difference between Lord Shiva when he came as Shankaracharya, it is not monism, right?
It is monism.
It is monism.
Yes. Shankaracharya taught monism, that everything is one. Because Lord Buddha said everything is zero. There is no soul. After you, well, he didn't say there is no soul. He didn't say there is no God. He didn't speak about these topics. He didn't talk anything about soul or God. He just told people, don't follow the Vedas, follow me. Then Shankaracharya, what he did, he had to bring people's faith back to the Vedas. So he said that everything is one. The Jivatma and Paramatma is one. Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. That the soul, after gets liberated, becomes God. So there's only one personality, the Brahman. That is monism. Advaitavad. It's called Advaitavad. Means everything is one. And then we have to set this, he has to set the scene so that Lord Chaitanya, Madhvacharya also gave us this philosophy of that there is not one, but there is two. Madhvacharya gave us that the soul is there, yes, and the super soul is there. That yes, we are the souls, but we are not God. God is the super soul. And then Lord Chaitanya explained us the relationship between the soul and the super soul. Jivera Swarubhai, Krishna Nityadas. We are all eternal servants of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna. Does that make sense?
No. Yes.
So then we will say, oh, service, why I have to be a servant? But we can see, we have relationships. The soul is always having relationships. We will say relationship is with the body, but the original relationships are in the spiritual world. Again, when we have these relationships, it's with the soul, because once the body is dead, the relationship is cut off. We are quickly doing some rituals for the body, so either burning or burying or whatever is the tradition. So what happened? What happened? It's because the soul left, right? So we can see it's the soul always, that it's the soul to soul, the relationship. And this eternal relationship is in the spiritual world. So we can see here in the material world, we have relationship with our parents, with our friends, with our spouse, with our children, with our extended family members. And what do we do? What do we do? Because we love them, we serve them continuously. We are doing things for everyone. Oh, this one likes this, let me do this for this one. Oh, this one likes that, let me do that. Oh, this one, let me go here. Every time we are serving. Why? Because we love them. That's why we are serving. So the original love is with Krishna. We, the souls, we love Krishna a lot. And that's the reason we serve him. It is not a service that, our family members don't pay us to serve them. We may cook for them, we may clean for them, we may, drive them around. So we become their driver, their cook, their servant, we may become their therapist, we may become their friend, we may, there's so many roles we may do. Caretaker, we don't charge them money. We say it's out of love that we are doing this service. Similarly, when we say servant of Krishna, it's based on love. The relationship is based on love, not on any business exchange. You do this for me and I'll do that for you. So, reading on, sometimes it is necessary to preach a philosophical doctrine which is against the Vedic conclusion. In the Shiva Puran, it is stated that Lord Shiva said to Parvati that in the Kali Yuga, in the body of a Brahmana, he would preach the Mayavad philosophy. So here in Shiv Puran, Lord Shiva already predicted, he already told Parvati ji, okay, I'm going to come as a Brahmana in Kali Yuga and I'm going to teach the Mayavad philosophy, the impersonal philosophy. Thus, it is generally found that the worshippers of Lord Shiva are Mayavadi followers. Lord Shiva himself says, Mayavadam Asat Shastram. Asat Shastra, as explained here, means the doctrine of Mayavad impersonalism, or becoming one with the Supreme. So that is Mayavad, that is impersonalism, that I am God, that I have forgotten that I'm God, but once I get liberated, I will become God. But that is very far from the truth. But Lord Shiva did it as a service to Krishna. For two purposes. One, as we said, to bring the faith back of the people in the Vedas. And second, to keep the atheists out of the bhakti circle. Because Krishna fulfills all desires. He says, whatever is your desire, I fulfill. So the desire of the atheist is to believe that God does not exist or that I'm God. So Krishna says, okay, I'm making the arrangement for you to continue to think that way. Brigumuni cursed that persons who worship Lord Shiva will become followers of this Mayavad Asat Shastra, which attempts to establish that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is impersonal. So this Bhrigu Muni's curse has become very, very, we can see that how it has come to effect, because majority of the world is become impersonal now. Besides that, amongst the worshippers of Lord Shiva, there is a section who live a devilish life. Srimad Bhagavatam and Narad Pancharatra are authorized scriptures that are considered Sat Shastra, or scriptures which lead one to the path of God realization. Asat Shastras are just the opposite. So the revealed scriptures, the confidential revealed scriptures, the Vedas, they're speaking about the truth, the absolute truth. It's the word of God. Vedas are spoken by Krishna himself. But there are these misinterpreted. The misinterpretation of the Shastras is called Asat Shastras. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Did anyone want to comment anything or add? If no, then we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Om.